Hey everyone! So today we're diving into one of the most incredible transformations a person can go through, the 41-week journey of pregnancy. We're going to follow one story, from its very quiet beginning all the way to the big finale. Let's get right into it. It all kicks off with just two little words. It's happening. That's it. That's a quiet little spark that starts a 9-month marathon of some of the most profound changes imaginable. And it's a journey that starts, for the most part, as a complete secret. And that's where we'll start. The unseen beginning. This is that first phase, a time when everything is changing on the inside, but on the outside, not a thing. It's this wild period where you're carrying around this life-altering secret that nobody else can see. Okay, so here's a little roadmap for the journey we're on today. We're gonna start in that invisible first trimester, then we'll jump way ahead to the final countdown at 36 weeks, blow right past the due date, and see what it's like to land all the way at week 41. This right here, this just captures the weirdness of those early days so perfectly. You've got this huge new reality developing inside you, but to the rest of the world, you just look like you. It's a really strange disconnect between your inner world and what everyone else sees. And that's really the key takeaway here. This early part of the journey is defined almost completely by what is felt, not by what is seen. It's this incredibly personal, private experience that's kind of setting the stage for the big, dramatic reveal that's coming up next. Which, of course, brings us to the visible shift. This is that moment when the secret is officially out. The journey suddenly becomes undeniable, not just to you, but to everyone. I mean, just look at this contrast. You go from a completely internal, secret experience to a very obvious physical transformation. Your private journey just became a very public one. And this quote just says it all. The change isn't exactly subtle, is it? 1 minute, people are telling you to turn to the side to see if there's anything there. And then boom, seemingly overnight, the transformation is, well, in a word, massive. Your entire physical self has been recalibrated. So what does this shift really look like? Well, we're talking about more than just the baby bump. It's a total change in your body's shape. You have an entirely new physical presence in the world. The journey is now, quite literally, written on your body. But this journey, it is about so much more than just the physical side of things. And that brings us to our next chapter, a new connection. This is where we get into what might be the most profound emotional milestone of the whole 9 months. So, let me ask you this. With all the morning sickness and the growing belly, what's the one moment that makes this whole thing feel completely 100% real? Not just for the world, but for you. There it is. That's the one, that little flutter, that sudden, oh, it's moving, stop. It's this moment of just pure shock and wonder. The abstract idea of a baby suddenly becomes a very real, very active little person. There's actually a name for this. It's called quickening, and it's not just some physical sensation. It's a massive psychological turning point. It's the moment a parent really meets their baby for the very first time, and it starts a whole new kind of conversation long before they're even born. So, from that first incredible connection, we head into the final act of this story, the longest wait. This is all about those last few weeks, a time just packed with anticipation, excitement, and, let's be real, a whole lot of exhaustion. What's so telling about this quote is the mindset it shows. At 36 weeks, you feel like you're right at the finish line. You start making these little bargains with time, with the universe. 2 more weeks, she says. The end feels so close. But here's the thing about pregnancy. Due dates are often more like a friendly suggestion, because the baby has its own schedule. The final stretch really does become a waiting game. And this is what happens. That 2-week deadline comes, and it goes. And the feeling shifts from this eager anticipation to a kind of funny, frustrated disbelief. Look who's still pregnant. It's a mood. And here you can feel the tone shift again. This is when you start talking directly to the bump. It's half, I can't wait to meet you, and half, okay, for real, your lease is up. It's just this raw, emotional moment that captures how ready you are for that next chapter to start. And then you hit this number, 41, a full 7 days past your due date. And let me tell you, each one of those extra days can feel like a month. You can just hear the sheer resignation in this. 41 weeks, okay. It's not angry, it's not sad, it's just,
a fact, an acceptance that this journey has stretched way beyond what anyone expected. It's the peak of a very, very long wait.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? This whole 41-week odyssey, the secret beginning, the big visible shift, that first amazing kick, and the seemingly endless wait, it all leads to one single moment. So the question is, how does all that extra waiting and wondering change that very first long-awaited hello?